Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the new moon. It's on June 25th. It's at 4 degrees of Cancer, and it is conjunct Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and expansion. Of course, it's also making aspects to Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Mars. And so this is a lot of different options for you and a lot of different ways to solve a puzzle, and that's what we're going to talk about. And then there's a special section at the end of this video where we're going to talk about one of your 4 money houses and your special abilities to draw money into your life. Now, this is a new moon conjunct Jupiter. It is something that happens occasionally. So we had one in April 2011, September 2016. Actually, that one was a little wide. That was about 4 degrees off. On Christmas Day, we had one in 2019, and then in March 2022. So it happens occasionally, again, not that often. Now, Jupiter conjunct the new moon represents this big opportunity for you, but the different aspects that the new moon is doing represent these puzzle pieces, and some of these pieces are more difficult than others. Literally, the aspects are difficult, but there is one of the aspects, the one to Mars, is actually quite easy. And so that's the one I would suggest focusing on. And this is about taking baby steps towards your goal, because this is Mars in Virgo. So this is the small steps that you take, then you assess, and then you take another couple of steps, and then you assess. And with that, then you solve the puzzle. And this all boils down to, this is a Jupiter conjunct a new moon, which is a really good time to start something. And so if you need help with this, if you would like to know more about how this new moon and all the transits are affecting your chart, I do readings. There's a link in the description. Okay, Taurus, this new moon and the new beginning is taking place in your area of ideas, which means that you are flooded with ideas right now, and it's so many that it can feel overwhelming. Like that's a puzzle in itself. And so what's necessary right now is to go find some quiet time, to take a walk, go to the park, to sit where something is beautiful, and don't listen to anything at that time. Don't be talking to someone on the phone. Just take in what's around you. Just listen to the birds and see the colors and feel the breeze. When you do that, then the right ideas are going to become clear. And the puzzle pieces that are needed to get to, to take the steps to make those things happen will also become clear. Now, when it comes to love relationships, specifically new love, Mercury is not making an aspect with Venus. And that means that it's a time where you're more focused on you and what you're thinking about. Now, it's possible that someone will approach you, but you may not recognize that they're asking you out. So if your friend nudges you and says, that person just asked you out, then you can say, oh, okay. But otherwise, if you're actively pursuing love, this is a time to be working on yourself and rebalancing, recentering yourself, and then look for someone when these aspects do line up, which will be outside this 2-week period. And then when it comes to existing love relationships, Venus is not making an aspect with Pluto, nor is it making an aspect with Mars. So what we see here is that you're doing your own thing, they're doing their own thing, and you may be coming together when you have a clear picture of the idea, but right now, their ideas and thoughts are jumbling with your ideas and thoughts, and it's not helping you solve the puzzle. So it is actually more time where you want some space, and you can still be in the same house, you be having dinner together, but you basically are thinking your thoughts, and then when you're ready, then you can ask for input. But right now, this says that you're doing your thing and they're doing their thing. Now, when it comes to your money, you pull money from Mercury, which is in this area of ideas. And so a lot of the ideas you have are going to be about ways to make money and the different steps that you need to take. So this is a time to do journaling, to look at the different steps and start breaking those down, maybe putting the smaller steps in your schedule. So this is an opportunity for really doing planning. Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, Mercury is making a semi-sextile to Jupiter, but they're in the same sign. So they're like on opposite sides. So this is kind of like riding in the car with a sibling, but for a change, you're getting along. So this is the opportunities to make money just feel in harmony right now. And so you just still have to take some sort of action. That might be, selling a stock or talking to your broker or dealing with some business matter, but it goes a little bit more smoothly than you expect. Now, when it comes to money derived from career, so that would be a paycheck, Mercury's making an out of sign trine to Neptune, which is some pretty good energy. Now, the out of sign part means that when you approach your boss, they may not have been expecting you to ask for a raise at this time, so you might want to go in gently. Or they may suggest something like an increase, a possible way for you to move forward, and you weren't expecting it. So the thing is to be versatile and shift the conversation if necessary so that you can grab hold of this. And mostly the way to do that is to just be aware that this could be a possibility over this next 2 weeks. Okay, in the third section of this video, I have a couple of announcements, and then we're going to continue talking about your second house and the money in your chart. I offer a free class every month. It's called New Month Wishes. It is on the first day of the month at 12 p.m. Pacific time. There's a link in the description to register. In this class, we talk about the astrological happenings for the month, and then we come together, we write our wishes for the month, and we then energize them with a short meditation. It's a really fun class, and so even if you can't come to the class itself, register because you will get all the information for the class, at least doing the wishes. And if you like astrology and you love black cats, you're going to love my newsletter. It is an illustrated guide to what's going on for the week. It is free, and there is a link in the description. And by the way, members of this channel get exclusive access to deep dive astrological videos, as well as some other things I have in the works. And so you can become a member by clicking the join button. It's right by the subscribe button. So we already started looking at your second house and the sign on the second house cusp. And today we're going to be looking at that sign and your special ability to make money based on that sign. So I covered some of this in the last money video that we did, but I just wanted to quickly go over it in case you missed that one. The line between the first house and the second house is called the second house cusp. And then you're going to look for the sign on the second house cusp. And by the way, if you can't figure it out on those free apps, just send me your birth information. I'll send you a copy of your chart. So today we're going to take a deeper look at the sign on the cusp, and it describes a talent that you have that could help you make more money. Okay, if you have Aries on the second house cusp, your ability is to take quick action that includes massive action towards a goal. So while other people are sitting on their hands, you're getting things done. And this can be quite the selling point for you. Now, if you want to find the source of your money, look for where Mars is in your chart. If you have Taurus on the second house, your ability is to persevere. You can keep going until the job is done. Other people give up and you keep at it. So this makes you quite an asset for the team. Now, if you want to find the source of your money, look for where Venus is in your chart. Now, if you have Gemini on the second house cusp, your ability is to communicate. You can connect people together, you can distribute information, you can let others know what is available. This is a very valuable skill as connections and communication are vital to business. Now, if you want to find the source of your money, look for where Mercury is in your chart. Now, if you have Cancer on the second house, you have the ability to empathize. And that means you can make people feel heard and understood. You remember what they need and you know, how people can help each other. You bring the team together like family, and that's so important. Now, if you want to know a source of your money, look for where the moon is in your chart. Now, if you have Leo on the second house, then you have the ability to show others what is possible. Your creative ideas help people see the potential of what could be achieved. This gives people the courage to take risks and the risks they need to do to grow a business. Now, if you want to find a source of your money, look for where the sun is in your chart. Now, if you have Virgo on the second house, your ability is to organize a system. Then organizing the system makes everything possible. You see the details and the order in which things should be done. And you can pull together different people or different departments or different systems to work together. Now, if you want to find a source of money in your life, look for where Mercury is in your chart. Now, if you have Libra on the second house, then you have the ability to negotiate, and that is to get an understanding between people. You can find agreements, quell arguments, or find a win-win. You can get very different people to work together, or two companies to work together, or two departments to work together. Now, to find a source of money in your life, look for where Venus is in your chart. Now, if you have Scorpio on the second house, you have the ability to recognize and gather resources. And so that means you can find people with expertise, you can find funding sources, you can pull together powerful influencers for a cause. You can do this for yourself, or you can do this for an organization. Now, to find a source of money for you in your life, look for where Pluto is in your chart. If you have Sagittarius on the second house, your ability is to explore new worlds. You can help companies open up new marketplaces. You can connect with foreign countries or different companies. You can work across state lines. You can even have competing companies come together to work on a project. Now, if you want to find a source of money in your life, look for where Jupiter is in your chart. If you have Capricorn on the second house, your ability is to build. You're able to find the tools and the resources necessary to build a company, to build a team, or to make something that lasts. You have the plans and the perseverance to put one brick on top of another until the monument is done. Now, if you want to find a source of money in your life, look for where Saturn is in your chart. If you have Aquarius on the second house, your ability is in mobilizing a group of people towards a common goal. You can organize people around a cause, a concern, or a mission. You can galvanize people and spur them to action. You can connect people together in some sort of networking web. Now, if you want to find a source of money in your chart, look for where Uranus is. If you have Pisces on the second house, your ability is to intuitively know what is needed. That is that you see opportunities and see open doors before others do. You know which path to take just by feeling it. You know when to hold back also and double check something before you send it out. So now if you want to find a source of money in your life, look for where Neptune is in your chart. So this is just one of the places you pull money from, and we are going to talk about other sources of your money in the next video. So I hope you will subscribe and stay tuned.